Hello everyone and welcome to KORR Monsters Finals 3 Racing. We have 12 of the best trucks from the 2002 season here tonight for our racing bracket. Our field of trucks sees Maxwell making his debut in Ash Fire Extinguishers, moving over from Loud Pedal. Marc Moody in Before It Breaks Car Parts. Lonnie Hall in Cottonmouth. Todd Yates in Doggone Crazy. Reigning racing champion James Whitaker in Eagle Eye. Damon Newton in High Voltage. Fan vote winner Opal Baxter in Moving Violation. 2000 racing champion Tripp Cassidy in Outlaw Thunder. Zack Preston in Rat Trap. Reigning freestyle champion Opal Baxter in Reckless Red. Phil Butler in Tonka. And Jack Schroeder in Try Me. And now we take a look at our top 3 qualifiers. In third place we have Outlaw Thunder driven by Tripp Cassidy. For the first time ever, not qualifying first here at Finals. As you can see, goes wide into the turn. Has a bit of a checkup out of it. Time is a 15.693 for Tripp Cassidy and Outlaw Thunder. In second place, we have Maxwell making the change over to Ash Fire Extinguisher starting here. With a pretty good run. Seems already pretty used to the truck. Nice and tight in the turn. Little bit of an over-rotation, runs a 15.436 for Maxwell and Ash Fire Extinguisher. And now our number 1 qualifier, Damon Newton in High Voltage. First year in this truck, first year in this chassis, with an amazing year, picking up a few wins. And now the number 1 qualifier here at KORR Monsters Finals 3. With an amazing turn, keeps it nice and tight with a 15.420. Which is enough to get the number 1 qualifying time. As we take a look at the rest of our qualifying results real quick, couple of notes. Lonnie Hall in Cottonmouth spun on his first run and struggled on his second run, qualifying him in 7th place. Reigning freestyle champion Opal Baxter in Reckless Red with an uncharacteristically bad qualifying session for her. And Todd Yates in Doggone Crazy with a penalty on both of his qualifying runs, qualifying him in last place. As we take a look at our racing bracket here, we have High Voltage and Doggone Crazy starting us off. Outlaw Thunder and Try Me up next. Followed by Eagle Eye and Before It Breaks Car Parts. Ash Fire Extinguishers and Moving Violation. Rat Trap and Reckless Red. And rounding us off, we have Tonka and Cottonmouth. And now for racing, we start off with our number 1 qualifier, Damon Newton in High Voltage. And our last place qualifier, Todd Yates in Doggone Crazy. As both trucks stage up, we wait for the green light. And we are away for racing here. Early leave to Doggone Crazy, coming down Thunder Alley. Looks pretty even on the brakes. Into the turn, both trucks nice and tight. Doggone Crazy goes around. And Damon Newton in High Voltage will move on to round number 2. As Todd Yates finishes his run there, a little wild at the end. And now we have 2000 racing champion Tripp Cassidy and Outlaw Thunder going against the hot red Try Me and Jack Schroeder with that beautiful new look here at Finals. As both trucks hit the staging line, green light drops, trucks are away. Down Thunder Alley. Pretty even on the brakes again. This is going to be another close one if no one messes up. Try Me goes tight. Outlaw Thunder over-rotates, misses the ramp. Jack Schroeder and Try Me moving on to round number 2 as the 2000 champion goes out early here in round number 1. And now we have reigning racing champion James Whitaker and Eagle Eye going up against Finals rookie Marc Moody in Before It Breaks Car Parts. Both trucks pull up to the line, waiting on the green. Light goes green, trucks are away down Thunder Alley. Who's it gonna be? Looks like Eagle Eye is ahead. Around the turn, both trucks struggling a little bit, but it'll be James Whitaker and Eagle Eye moving on into round number 2. As next up we have our number 2 qualifier, Maxwell and Ash Fire Extinguisher, going up against fan vote winner Huxley Baxter and Moving Violation. Both trucks pulling up to stage at the line, waiting on the green. Both trucks leave, kind of a soft leave for Huxley and Moving Violation. Out of Thunder Alley, Maxwell and Ash Fire Extinguisher ahead by a mile. It's going to be an easy win for him going into round number 2. As Huxley gets a little wild there at the end. Next up, we have Zack Preston in Rat Trap. We're only going to be seeing him here in racing. Going up against reigning freestyle champion Opal Baxter in Reckless Red. Both trucks up to stage. Light goes green. Good lead for both trucks. Out of Thunder Alley, pretty even at the braking zone. Once again, this is a good race. Around the turn. Rat Trap keeps it tight. And Zack Preston in Rat Trap beats Opal Baxter in round number 1. Early end for her. As next up, we have Phil Butler and Tonka going up against Lonnie Hall in Cottonmouth for our final race here in round number 1. Both trucks pulling up to the line, waiting on the green. Both trucks away when the green drops. Good lead for both of them. Out of Thunder Alley, looks like Lonnie Hall and Cottonmouth is ahead, but not by much. With an amazing turn from Lonnie Hall and Cottonmouth, he'll be moving on into round number 2. And now for our bracket for round number 2, we'll have number 1 qualifier Damon Newton in High Voltage going up against Jack Schroeder and Try Me. Then for race number 2, we'll see reigning racing champion James Whitaker and Eagle Eye going up against Mike Maxwell and Ash Fire Extinguishers. And then to round us off here, we'll have a battle of the teammates, Zack Preston and Rat Trap going up against Lonnie Hall and Cottonmouth. And now to start us off in round number 2, we'll see Damon Newton in High Voltage lining up against Jack Schroeder in Try Me. Both trucks pulling up to stage, waiting on the green. There it is, trucks are away. Down Thunder Alley, who's going to come out first? Pretty even so far at the braking point. Around the turn, tight turns from both trucks. Going to come to the exit. Jack Schroeder and Try Me upsets number 1 qualifier Damon Newton in High Voltage. Next up, we have Mike Maxwell and Ash Fire Extinguisher going up against James Whitaker and Eagle Eye, the reigning racing champion. As the trucks pull up to the line, waiting on the green. Light goes green, trucks are away. Coming out of Thunder Alley, but looks pretty even. Ash Fire Extinguisher on the brake first. Both trucks pretty tight. Ash Fire Extinguisher and Mike Maxwell moving on to round number 2, upsetting the reigning racing champion. As we have a battle of the teammates here to round us off. Zack Preston and Rat Trap going up against Lonnie Hall and Cottonmouth. Trucks pull up to the line, ready to stage, ready to go. Waiting on the green light. There it is, Lonnie Hall and Cottonmouth treed Zack Preston off the line. Coming down Thunder Alley. Lonnie Hall and Cottonmouth ahead by a couple of truck lengths. Great turns from both trucks, but it's going to be Lonnie Hall and Cottonmouth with the easy win over his teammate going on into the semifinals. As we go into our semifinals, we see a little bit of a mix-up on the bracket. We'll see Jack Schroeder and Try Me going up against Mike Maxwell and Ash Fire Extinguisher in the first race. Then we'll see fast loser Damon Newton coming back in High Voltage to go against Lonnie Hall and Cottonmouth. And now for our first race in our semifinals, we have Mike Maxwell and Ash Fire Extinguisher going against Jack Schroeder and Try Me. As the trucks stage up at the line, they're going to wait on the green here. Light goes green, both trucks leave hard. Mike Maxwell pulling the wheels off the ground. Coming down Thunder Alley, that could cost him here. Pretty even on the brake. Mike Maxwell goes deep. Jack Schroeder keeps it tight. Coming to the line. Ash Fire Extinguisher pulls it out after messing up in the turn. Mike Maxwell going to the finals. And he'll go against the winner of this race, either Lonnie Hall and Cottonmouth or Damon Newton in High Voltage, our fast loser and number 1 qualifier. Both trucks pulling up to the line here. Light goes green. Both trucks are away. Lonnie Hall and Cottonmouth also pulling the wheels. We'll see if that cost him here. He's made the final race every year so far. Tight turns from both trucks. At the line, Damon Newton in High Voltage moving on to the finals. Lonnie Hall's streak of making the final round will not continue this year, as we stage up for our final race. Number 1, number 2 qualifiers, Mike Maxwell and Ash Fire Extinguisher, going up against Damon Newton in High Voltage for the championship, for the biggest trophy of the night. Trucks at the line, waiting on the green. Green's away, trucks are gone. Down Thunder Alley for the final time of the night. On the brakes at the same time, around the turn. Ash goes wide again, High Voltage keeps it tight at the line. Mike Maxwell and Ash Fire Extinguisher defeats number 1 qualifier Damon Newton in High Voltage. Mike Maxwell and Ash Fire Extinguishers is your 2002 KORR Monsters Racing Champion. We want to congratulate Mike Maxwell on his racing championship, and we also hope you'll join us next week for Freestyle. We'll see you then.